Welcome to the School of Hip Hop. I'm your host, your local lady Woo. Talking about a very serious and interesting topic tonight: healthcare and health and wellness. Right here is the school board and our special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
It's Courtney, aka Mr. 35064.
Mr. Merida, Mr. 616327. You didn't get it all.
Marco be in the building.
April C is here.
You got Mr. Bay.
And Tramilia, aka Miss Too Pretty here.
Too pretty. We got special guests in the building to help us better understand what we're dealing with tonight. Our doctor.
Dr. Mike Bivens, urologist.
Welcome.
And Janae Blow.
Welcome, Janae. Alright, so healthcare, health, and wellness. How many of you think you're healthy?
I believe I'm quite
I
healthy.
think I'm fine.
Relatively?
Relatively.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, pretty good. Sometimes.
Okay, so if you're most of the times and sometimes healthy, how often do you go to the doctor? Do you go for regular checkups or do you wait until something's wrong?
Regular checkups.
Regular checkups.
Wait until I can't walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So typically ladies go to the doctor, men don't.
True.
That's what it sounds like.
Something's wrong with it. Alright, so are women or are women's health issues more important than men's health issues, you think?
I think your individual self-health is more important. Not just women. Because some women don't go. They don't get annuals. They don't get checkups regularly.
So do we think that it is as important for men to go to the doctor than, or as we do for women? Is it as important?
I think it's equally important. I mean, of course we see where more women may have more issues, but at the same time, that's because I guess men aren't as open about what's going on with their health, so that's probably what it is.
I wouldn't call it issues. I just call it the doctor depressed me. You know, just seriously, you know, you be like, well, I think I'm alright, and you go in for this, and then you got something else, and you need, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's depressing.
I guess I can go for that. Funny.
I think men in general work out more than women. I mean, when I go to the gym, it's not really, you know, it's men in the gym. So we feel like, all right, I go to the gym, I don't need to go to the doctor.
Oh,
Okay.
That wasn't quite my take. I was going to say, you know, men just kind of learn how to deal with what's wrong with them and move on. Because we supposed to be tough.
You ain't got to cry.
I need a shot. Right.
Oh, so
We'll
you man up to health.
This is bad.
Man up.
Yeah, man.
You man up to
Yeah,
health.
my leg will come back together. You know, you got to think
let me just sit
about
down
that.
for a
Walk through
minute.
pain. It's wrong, but you just didn't walk
this is a
on.
lot for me. So basically men are unhealthy and I'm now scared. Alright, so before we get to the full dynamics of who's the healthiest, women and men deal with breast cancer, right? Now, have you all heard that men also can deal with breast cancer?
Yeah.
But we don't have breasts.
But, well...
Would they have to have man breast to have breast cancer? I'm just asking. You know, I don't know.
Well, Dr. Bivens is here. Before, yeah, he can tell us a
Well,
bit.
I mean, it's, men you have breast tissue, just similar to women's breast tissue. But in the rate of breast cancer, the incidence of breast cancer in men is very, very rare. So we're talking about something that's very, very rare. But it can happen. And I know of patients that it has occurred in, and it can be very aggressive. And so it's probably not something to be as alarming in the men as in women. And it's a simple, just breast exam men can do once a month. It's real simple, real easy. And when you do it just like women, you want to make sure you don't feel anything abnormal, any lumps or bumps. But it's not as prevalent. I would agree with that.
Alright, so it can happen.
Yeah.
Janae, you all are doing an event about breast cancer. Tell me a little bit about you,
Yes.
what you're doing, and what your event is.
It's October the 21st at the Wine Loft downtown.
Okay.
It's a breast cancer benefit, and the proceeds will go to Sisters Network Inc. And it's a national organization that they send all their funding to African American women and the prevention of African American women.
Okay.
And we did it last year as a company, but this year they decided not to. But I continue to do it on because I have an aunt that's actually going through treatment now. So I saw the need to still carry on getting awareness out and raising funding about it.
Okay, very good. We've heard about Susan G. Komen, and that's really all we hear about all the time. We hear about the Big Walk, but this is another organization that you know is a reliable source, and they're looking for treatment.
Yes, it's based out of Houston, but they have chapters all over the country. We do not have one in Alabama, but the closest is Atlanta.
Okay.
And they have a campaign where they have people to donate cars to get women to treatment. They also have something like the Ronald McDonald House, where women all over Texas come and stay at this house while they're getting treatment in Houston. And it's a really good organization. They have other organizations that are sub to theirs that is a part of Sisters Networking. I think the other one is Sisters Cares.
Okay.
It's also targeted, but their main focus is to bring awareness to the African American community and women affected in the African American community.
Very good effort. So you said October 21st.
October 21st, which is a Friday.
Okay.
We'll have door prizes, a silent auction. Companies like Mary Kay donated products. I had someone to donate weekend stay at the timeshare for the silent auction.
Okay.
Spa treatment. So it's a really good thing to come out and, number one, raise money, and two, bring awareness, because as a community, we like to be reactive instead of proactive by getting our breast exams and going to get mammograms and things of that sort.
All right. So with this event, very good event. Sounds like a very good initiative for you to even continue to go on with that. I remember meeting you all last year with the four of you. Was it the Fab Four?
Yes.
I remember that. Okay.
Yes.
So you decided to continue to carry the torch. How many of us know somebody that's been affected by breast cancer?
I got an auntie, her name is Gail. She actually fought breast cancer and won. I think she a lot of years out of remission, so that's one good thing.
It's so popular. A lot of people, I say popular because that's something, now you hear more about cancer than almost anything else. Cancer, all types of cancer. So in September, October we're getting into Breast Cancer Awareness Month. September you just came, or you're coming out of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, Children's Cancer Awareness Month. And there's another form of cancer, but cancer. Dr. Bivens, what in the hell is cancer?
Okay. Cancer is when you have a tumor of the body that does not obey the laws of the body. So for instance, no matter what tissue we're talking about, whether that's your lungs, that's your liver, your prostate, your breast, you should have a constant cells that are growing and cells that are dying, and that keeps you in balance. Well, what happens with a cancer cell, first of all, something happens that makes this cell turn into a bad player. And whether that's radiation, genetics, diet, what have you, it makes a cell turn into an aggressive cell that wants to kill everything around it.
Okay.
And then what happens, and that happens to us every day, but we have a police system in our body called the immune system that will recognize that and will get rid of it. The problem with cancer is that there's a problem with the immune system where it can't either A, recognize or get rid of that cancer cell, and now that cancer cell starts to grow. And then eventually it decides, well, you know what, I want to spread to other organs and grow and destroy other organs. And that's what happens, i.e. breast cancer, prostate cancer, it grows to the point it wants to grow, and then it wants to spread. And then when it goes to vital organs, so that such as lungs and liver, and then you shut down those organs because it takes over, that's when people die of cancer. So in a nutshell, that's what cancer is. It's an abnormal growth of a cell that wants to destroy and kill other cells around it.
And that sounds crazy.
So with that being said, that means somebody who's HIV positive, they're more subject to catch cancer.
Absolutely. There's all type. And when you look at HIV, what happens is they get abnormal type of cancers that you don't see, all type of sarcomas that you don't see every day. And so when somebody shows up with these very, very rare type cancers, you have to think in your mind, could they truly be immunosuppressed? And then you have to think about HIV in those people.
Let me ask you this. From your point of view, do you think it'll ever be a cure for cancer?
You know, I mean, I think the problem with that statement is that you lump so many different type of cancers together. You have to break, because the cure for breast cancer is not going to be a cure for prostate cancer. It's not going to be a cure for eye cancer or stomach cancer. Will there be a cure for breast cancer? Yeah, I think it probably will be. But we still have a long fight ahead of us. And the other thing that's interesting is if you look at 100 years ago, some of the problems or tumors or whatever that we were dealing with then are different than what we're dealing with today. And I think that that day comes that when we find the cure for breast cancer, it's just going to open the doors for other diseases. We'll start living longer. And then as we live longer, whatever diseases that may be more prevalent as we live longer, I think those are now coming to play.
Okay. We're going to come back to the women's health, I think, because you guys said that you thought you needed man breasts to have breast cancer. We'll save that for the second half of our show. But back to the first part where we're talking about with the effort to at least help find a cure or to collect funds. We've been raising money for a long time for breast cancer. A long, long time. And I wonder, what gives you the drive to even continue? Well, why is this important to you?
Well, the thing that you have to think about it is we're all put here for a purpose. I think that when other people go through things, it may help someone else who has to go through it in that walk and going to get that mammogram and going to get testing. So I think that being able to be a part of continue to help raise funds, it helps others get through their journey.
Okay.
I may not have gone through it, but I've had to go and get a mammogram because they suspected something. So me sitting in that room allowed me to see that it doesn't discriminate against color, race, age. I've known girls as young as 18 be diagnosed with breast cancer. Right. And, you know, some people don't have insurance. And not to have those preventative care, it is vital to the survival of a person. So I really think that it's important to continue to help this cause.
Okay. Are you all willing to fight for a cause that you made? Say, for instance, you have HIV, you have AIDS, and these different types of diseases that there are no known cures for. How dedicated to you all as far as helping find a cure?
I think it's more dedication when you got somebody you know personally that have fought that battle, or you yourself, you know. But a lot of times when you don't know nobody that had malaria or something, you care less about that cure. It's bad to say, but just from a real point of view for me.
When it hit home, you want to step up.
Yeah.
Most definitely.